The air in Darren's small apartment thickened with a sultry heat as Anaconda blared from his phone, its bass line pulsing like a heartbeat through his veins. His body sank deeper into the worn couch, eyes fluttering shut. But the music wasn't just sound. It was alive, wrapping around him like a lover's caress, each note stroking his skin, igniting a fire he couldn't quench. The voice in his head, that nagging little whisper, grew louder, sultrier, purring like velvet draped over steel. "Oh, baby, you feel that?" it cooed, dripping with honeyed seduction. "This beat's calling you, pulling you. Let it take you, darlin'. You're about to become something divine." Darren's lips parted, a soft moan escaping as his body tingled, the music sinking into his bones. His rough hands twitched, itching to move, but they felt different, smaller, softer. He glanced down, gasping as his calloused fingers slimmed before his eyes, nails lengthening into glossy French tips that shimmered like they'd been dipped in starlight. "What's happening to me?" he stammered, voice cracking. But the words sounded distant, like they belonged to someone else. "Shh, baby boy," the voice purred, now sounding like it was right behind him, lips brushing his ear. "You're not fighting this. You're evolving. Feel that skin? Smooth as silk, glowing like caramel kissed by the sun. You're becoming a goddess." His skin prickled, every hair on his body, save for the tousled locks on his head, dissolving into nothingness, leaving his limbs sleek, radiant, and undeniably lush. His complexion deepened, a rich Trinidadian warmth blooming across his flesh, as if his recessive heritage had been coaxed to the surface by the music's spell. He tried to stand, to shake off the haze, but his legs wobbled, hips swaying instinctively to the beat. "This ain't right," he murmured, but his voice was softer now, lilting, with a seductive edge that made his heart race. "Oh, it's more than right, sugar," the voice teased, now echoing from within, its tone dripping with conceited delight. "Look at you, already moving like you own the room. Those hips? They're begging to twerk, to hypnotize. You're stepping into power, baby. My power." Darren's breath hitched as his hips widened, muscle and fat redistributing into lush, curvaceous perfection. His thighs thickened, strong yet plush, built for strutting in heels and commanding every eye in the room. He stumbled to the mirror, barely recognizing the reflection. His broad shoulders cracked inward, rounding into a delicate feminine slope, while his waist cinched tight, sculpting an hourglass that screamed seduction. I'm changin'," he whispered. But the voice in his head laughed, low and sultry. "Changin'? No, darling, you're ascendin'. You're becoming me, Nicki freakin' Minaj, the baddest, sexiest queen to ever grace this earth. Feel that body? It's a weapon, a spell, a fantasy men beg to worship." He clutched the mirror's edge, his dainty hands trembling as his chest began to swell. Fat and muscle surged, forming two glorious F-cup breasts that strained against his now too tight shirt. He gasped, instinctively cupping them, a jolt of pleasure shooting through him as they bounced, heavy and perfect. "Oh, damn!" he moaned, voice pitching higher, now a sultry soprano that could melt hearts with a single word. His lips plumped, full and glossy, begging to be kissed, to whisper naughty promises. He smacked them together, the sound wet and teasing, and the voice in his head giggled approvingly. "That's it, baby girl," it purred. "Those lips are made for sinnin'. You're gonna have 'em all fallin' at your feet, beggin' for a taste. Now let's finish this masterpiece." Darren's hair cascaded down, golden strands darkening to a deep, glossy black, curling and spilling past his shoulders, framing his new curves like a crown. His face shifted, jaw softening, cheekbones rising, lashes curling into delicate fans. Makeup bloomed across his skin, cat eyeliner sharp enough to cut, lipstick red as sin, contour sculpting a face that screamed Hollywood royalty. He blinked, and his eyes sparkled with a knowing, conceited glint, as if they'd always belonged to a woman who owned every room she entered. "Look at you," the voice whispered, now fully his own, dripping with Nicki's signature swagger. "You're not just a woman, you're the woman. Nicki Minaj, baby, the queen of curves, the goddess of desire. Every night, you'll have men lining up, drooling for a chance to feel this body, to hear this voice. And that ass? Oh, it's about to steal the show. As Stupid Ho kicked in, the beat hit like a tidal wave, and Nicki, felt a pressure building in her lower body. She swayed, hips popping to the rhythm, and her rear exploded into two massive, perfectly rounded orbs, each cheek wobbling with a life of its own. She sank her manicured nails into them, moaning loudly, the sound echoing off the walls as pleasure coursed through her. "Oh, yes," she purred, her voice now fully Nicki's, thick with confidence and raw sensuality. "This ass is a work of art, baby. Watch it twerk, watch it move. Ain't nobody resisting this." Her manhood vanished in a final euphoric burst, sealing her transformation into the ultimate femme fatale. She spun, heels materializing on her feet, black, strappy, sky-high, and yet she strutted like she'd been born in them. A fishnet bodysuit hugged her curves, studs glinting, cleavage spilling over, as gold armbands gleamed on her wrists. She tossed her hair, smirking at her reflection. "Nicki Minaj, the baddest bitch alive," she declared, voice a sultry growl. "Every night I'm twerking for the world, seducing every man who dares look my way. They don't just want me, they need me." The apartment shimmered, walls stretching, carpet morphing into polished hardwood. The couch became a sleek leather sectional, the room expanding into a sprawling LA mansion. Nicki sauntered to the center, hips swaying, ass bouncing with every step. She grabbed her phone, now a glittering, bedazzled device, and queued up her next track. "Time to write another hit," she purred, her mind buzzing with lyrics. Provocative, sensual, untouchable. This body, this voice, this power, it's all mine, and the world's gonna bow. She twirled, twerking to the beat, each move a siren's call, her laughter echoing with conceited delight. "Who's next?" she teased to no one, knowing the answer. They all want a piece of Nicki, but only the best get a taste.